Y luego, ¿qué pasó? And then what happened, John John? I was 4, and my brother was all of 9 years old, sitting on my bed like he had every day ever since I'd come home from the hospital, because every night he would tell me a story. I would have to spend weeks recovering from surgery. And while I was whisked away to Texas for the cancer that I'd been diagnosed with, my brothers had just barely landed in this country, my siblings, and they had to learn English and all about a strange culture by the sink or swim method. But for some reason, it was my brother who ended up being my storyteller during one after another surgery. It turned out that I didn't just have one tumor, but it kept coming back. So this went on for years and years and years. But Johnny would sit and he would weave tales about a princess and have her go through hill and dale and mountain and ocean. And it was thrilling to see what he was going to imagine next. So there would be a princess, and then there would be a dragon that would chase the princess. And then, of course, there would be the dragon slayer. It was going to be a knight that would come and put his lance out and gallop on his gallant horse and frighten the dragon away. So he would say, and then what happened? Well, the dragon slayer came and he frightened the dragon away. And then he would take the end of his lance, which was heart-shaped, and give it to the beautiful princess, because the princess kept saying to the knight, I want you to stay forever. And the knight had to tell her, I'll be with you, but not the way you think. But if you take this heart, know that we will never part. And so it was that I was able to make it through the difficult recovery periods based on my beautiful brother's presence and his fabulous imagination. Now, one day after I turned 5 and I turned 6 and I turned 7, I turned 8. And then one day when I was 9, I asked him to tell me a story, and he hummed and hawed, and he was hesitating and he was trying to put me off. And I said, John, just tell me a story, just like you always has. He says, okay, John, I'll tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who wanted her brother to tell her a story. And this is the story he told. And I was all excited. My tiger went flying across the sheets. I was ready to hear the rest of the story. And I said, go on, John. He said, yeah, hold on. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who wanted her brother to tell her a story. And this is a story he told. And I said, John, just get on with it. And he said, I am. Once upon a time, there was a little girl who wanted her brother to tell her a story. And this is a story he told. I went, knock it off, John. That's not the story. And he said, Jen, it is. Listen, once upon a time, there was a little girl who wanted her brother to tell her a story. And I got it. Oh. You see, by that time, I was 9, but my brother was 14. And like the dragon slayer, he had other damsels in distress to rescue. It was time for me to be strong and to learn what the dragon slayer had told the princess, that he would always be with her, but not in the way she expected. I was brokenhearted, but I was also strong. And so I gathered up my courage, and with a play on words, I let my brother John go. I said, night, night, my night. And he replied, good night, princess.